Okay, we back. Are we back? My very first live stream got me in trouble, but that's okay because I know how to fix it. So I'm away. Let's see how to. Here I go. Okay, so they kicked me out. I will fix the first part. So, hey, look, I'm not finna do nothing else but finish this. So let's try this. Let's try this one more again and finish this. That's crazy.
In the building, and I just did like a little skit.
So it wasn't formal. So
Nah, you
again,
go watch it.
moments of I have, but you're contextualizing it, which is why I think you do need opportunities to give in detail. Why you do? Why in the mind of Tiffany Hanger? And I think I remember that episode. You talking about when it was on Neighborhood Watch, right? Right. And he had the dog. But the point is, you know, you're personable, right? You're innovative and you're creative. And is your timing off? Maybe.
I don't think it was. I just think the media took it and ran with it.
Oh,
If the
yeah,
media
no
didn't
doubt.
take it, it wouldn't be as big as it is today. The media made it what it is. And I do say that's what they got. They got the national attention. And people tend to believe fake news, unfortunately. And they know they are buying clicks and views too. They got to sell news. So they cut it, chop it up like they did with the Rihanna song to make it look worse than what it is. And it wasn't that.
No.
I even did Forrest Gump. Why that didn't get no traction? I do all kinds of things. But I do it to engage community and also mainly the youth. And it actually works.
All right, so let's talk to James. James, welcome to WVON. James, we're gonna put James back on hold. Let's talk to Nate. Nate, welcome to WVON. I know, right? Happy Martin Luther King Day. Oh, so you were an employee. And what was your role? Okay, okay. So we're getting into them personal tea leaves. Thank you so much, Nate. She gonna answer your question.
First of all, people terminate themselves. I didn't terminate anyone. If you're not doing your job, you don't have a job. It's just that way. People can
Art, Lena. All I ask is when you all call, refrain from anything other than the King's English. And then let's be respectful and let's be swift. Whatever your question is, Super Mayor is willing to answer it on the other side. We'll be back after this break.
We got all the haters on that. Talk about all the haters. What's up, y'all? You know what it is.
Hey.
What up, Cliff?
Where my positivity at?
What up, Cliff? How baby girl?
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm talking no
Hey,
serious.
King's good.
Man, you know the fight. I'm
Already here. Already here.
Right.
Excellent.
So we're going to 12.
She good?
Okay, so do you want me to take sharp and 11:30? So I can ask her to stay a little later.
How you?
I'm good.
All today.
I told him, I said, my girl was coming in here, got my brother. Yeah.
No, I just told
Hey.
No, they're not.
I told you, you've been with us for years.
So do you want me to give
I
sharp
need
to
to
11:30?
know
You want to keep this going?
Yeah. Yeah. She did our WVON tasting every year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why I ain't know that, too?
She was at, she was under the umbrella of Good Burger back then.
I did the same with food truck, yeah.
With me every year.
So why you remember WVOA? Just to
I
put it
know.
together?
I didn't put the taste to it, but I
So we
got the
ain't done it in
truck
a long time.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
really is before my time, right?
Right.
I came at the tail end of the last
The
one
last
over at Lorraine. I think we did another one at CSU,
At Chicago State.
and that was it.
Yeah.
And she was already in. She was thinking about this.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, what other harder questions should we ask the Superman?
Well, you know,
Yeah,
his- But Cleo, that's what you gotta realize, is that everybody who got an opposite side to what she's talking about, they want you to take, they stand for them.
Correct.
You can't take the stand for everybody. And so that's the problem. Like she said, everybody want their personal choice and their personal things done the way they want them to. But you can't take the side for everybody, because everybody got different reasons. You know, it's like when Operation Push first started, they had 20,000 cases in California. They wanted Push to take the side. 20,000 in Texas, 18,000 in Florida. They couldn't operate on everybody. So everybody whose case that they didn't take got mad at Jesse. Then they said, well, Jesse pick and choose. And that wasn't the case. Jesse was trying to fight the fights that was really mainstream that needed to be addressed. And if it wasn't at that level, you couldn't take a small, Push couldn't stand on a small case. That don't matter. They could only take the cases that was going to be relevant to something else that was going to come down the line. And that's just the real world. So that's, you know, everybody there going to look at it from their own eyes. And that's the problem. The problem is everybody's eyes ain't perfect neither. And so when you're looking at everybody want to be I, and she trying to do us, it don't work.
I, I, this was so. As I figure out the technicalities of the first live, um, this was a man that walked in. I don't know. I don't know who he is. He walked in and they was having this conversation. I'm gonna try to piece all this together once again when I figure out what the heck happened to the first video because I can't really find. Yeah, we'll see. But let's continue. Let's continue before somebody take me up off the stream yard YouTube.
My girl down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, go back like that. Like.
Yes, indeed. We gotta go to the salon. We got the remote over there.
Okay.
All right, Ted.
I see ya.
Holla at
See ya.
This is another thing. So you complicate.
If I tell you something negative, like who want to deal with that? Like all that negative, 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 none positive. What are positive people that love me? Because I got a base too.
What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? And we are back. The time is 10:51, and we are going to the live blinds. We still have in studio the super mayor, Tiffany Hangard. And I want to talk to Lynette. Lynette, welcome to WBON. Hey, you're on live. Oh, forgive me. Yes, ma'am. I thank you so much. I really do. The mayor receives that. And actually, we were just talking about this in terms of bottom line is you a whole lot of things. You're a personality, you're confident, you're a lot of things. You know, Angel, but you are who you are, and you recognize that bottom line is that there are moments where you could have did things differently. You don't never get to speak to that, right? In between the show, I'm just gonna forecast it because I know some of you all are gonna call in about it's not a trip to Vegas. It was an economic development conference, right?
Correct.
That your entire board went to.
Yeah.
Right? But the foci is always you,
Mhm.
right? And I say that because the foci is you're the head honcho, right? So that's undeniable. But the actions of what people did and didn't do, and so on and so forth, you held accountable for that too, and that's where you draw the line, right? So to hear her impede upon her story of protecting her character and just the financial strife it's caused her as just a woman, I can only imagine the endless strife that continues to bombard you, right? So I think that I want you to receive that because she's connecting with you on another level that ain't got nothing to do with the devil and the details of what you think people hear. People just Justin, what say you? Welcome to WVON.
Yeah, just knowing and after the message,
Same to you.
the man goes on to say about wanting to be a role model to young people. But I'm wanting to know people with a married man, is that a role model?
So is that your fact or is that an allegation that you're spewing? Which is it, Justin?
It's a fact.
Thank you so much for that call. You don't have to respond to that if you don't want to. So let's talk. Do you want to?
Oh, you want me to? Okay, this is where people get it twisted at, right? Everybody's so engulfed in my life that they don't even know what's going on. Just like anybody else, if they go through a divorce, that mean they can't date nobody. So people need to stop with the mess. If somebody still attached to somebody and somebody won't let them go, how you feel that that person can't still live their life? So people need to stop using words of because somebody's married or whatever. I've been with Kamal for 4 years. 4 years we've been together. He been going through a divorce for 4 years, and anybody that's fighting a divorce or going through things that you're fighting with your ex, y'all know what I'm talking about. So people need to stop worrying about my personal life and judge me on government. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for you to talk about my personal life. Because when we go home or we talk to each other, guess what? It's me and him. It's nobody else's business. But yet everybody want to be in our business. I have a problem with that.
Do you think it's because you're a woman?
I do. Because if a man
Well, I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, so I absolutely do wonder if um this people have the audacity to speak on it because she's a woman. I don't know, but I thank you. Hey, get Burgundy, get out of my head. That's what I was. That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm like, what? But she really should have just not commented on that. But so let's yeah, I definitely agree. No comment because except for the last part, it's none of anybody's business. It gives people too much, and that's just something that I learned. You know, it gives people too much once you start saying more than you need to. It's nobody's business what her personal life is. That's where I think she should have left it.
And then y'all don't have a problem with it.
Mm. Y'all heard it here. Let's talk to Lena. Lena, welcome to WBON. We're good. Thank you so much. That one thing about Elena, that is a superb question. Thank you so much for that call because it's real. Let's answer, Superman.
So basically, with the grant, we made it for seniors and veterans first because they are on fixed incomes and they the ones who are struggling. I'm not saying the most, but really the most because they don't have money to fix something
They
major.
don't have
Like
other disposable income.
correct. So that's what it was for. Now, the second grant that I pushed out, and of course the board controls the purse and stopped it, is to fix driveways, security doors, things of that nature. That was for anybody. So when she say denied, no one denied anybody like
Because it
that.
hasn't moved forward.
It has not.
And
It
when
went nowhere.
let me magnify what the supermayor is saying. When she said control the purse, that's a political verbiage. She's talking about maintaining the fiscal budget and access to it, right? So, Lena, in other words, don't sit tight. Hold her accountable. And I'm saying this, as she look at me dead in my eyes, these big eyes of hers, because she's right. We are sandwiched in between, right? And often, Lena, I feel you. Like most things is for the elderly and then the youth, and then the rest of us, we just own our own. It's not just a adult thing, and I'm not defending or negating, but to hold her accountable is to come up with something creative and innovative to capture the in between. Are you willing to do that, Superman?
Of course I am, because think about it. I am a trendsetter. So everything I have produced, every town has mimicked. So if I wasn't doing something right, why are you mimicking my formula? So other people don't make them first, but I did in my community. Then when the board started getting so much traction on helping everybody, they started to destroy. And that's
And what she's referring to is name ID, guys. So in other words, you can try, you can duplicate it, but you can't run that. Okay. So listen, do you have time to stay with us through the rest of these calls? Because they're gonna get big mad at me if you leave and you got like 4 more people. You got a
I can do
few.
one more.
Okay.
You said at 10:30.
So yeah, so when we come back, I gotta take a break. Jennifer, Dylan, Eddie, she may not be able to stay through the whole you did, but Art, we see you on the live line. The super mayor has been so gracious with her time. We thank her. So stay with us. We'll be back after this break. Yeah. I just wanted to set it up so that at least when we come back, you can figure out.
Yeah. And then I just want to make one reference on the glory.
Yeah, because I was.
Yeah, I know.
You saw that lyric.
I know. We just came out like that. Like, oh god, oh god, never mind. Oh god.
Everybody got jokes. Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, never mind. At least I say something else.
How you think doing on the call? Good. Am I surviving?
Okay, this is Tiffany's live, so
That means that she's going to support.
they're showing the door. This is If we lie.
Oh, hey guys, thank you for tuning in. I guess I'll keep going till I wrap it up and then I'm out of here because you know I gotta go campaign. You know what I do. So I just appreciate you guys for always following the super mirror. I hope I was able to answer a ton of great questions for people that need answers to things. But guess what? With my personal life, man, your business, man, your business. But other than that, I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And stay tuned because this is Tiff on the Move. This is news you couldn't use. And I just want people to give me the opportunity to be heard and listen. Listen, Linda, listen. That's all I want. If you just do that, I think you're gonna be great. And it's next turn. And basically I have a whole forecast division for you to see. And you know, I'm gonna produce that throughout Dolton. And I know the world's watching, so thank you so much. But I'm going to produce it that way you can mimic it in your city near you. Okay? Thank you. How long y'all stay on here? I didn't know that. I see. I was like, you said keep going. I'm like, wait, what you do? I can go back on the street, man.
Now, I know, but so we're gonna take a call or two, and then I'm gonna take you to the 15. So before you leave, tell folks how to get involved and talk about. Because I think with Lena, she sees you, and that's not. But what she also sees is how collectively, ain't nothing really for us. You have to create it, but you also have to have support.
And that's I tried to do. But if the board don't vote, that's again. So if I
Because a
control
lot
the
of people
purse,
don't understand the civics.
I know, and that's what I'm telling them. They gotta listen. They go
Well,
out for this.
even with listening, I even do this with my own people, right? Like, don't nobody from my ward go to the council meetings, right? So all you see is the B-roll afterward of such like they fighting against the mayor. No, that entanglement, that don't get nothing done. That's why this shit look like this, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what upsets me. So people ask me, gonna go it again. You know, depends. I'm not trying to be on that shit. Yeah, we talk about that. But ultimately, damn, over time, it ain't just that one person don't control the outcome of where you live, right? It is a body of government. And even when people are listening, I don't think they understand. Right? So even with all your minus all of that, you're still a woman at the end of this. And if you can't get majority to go along with the route that you're trying to take them, then it confuse chaos and instability. That's the equation. That's it. Right? So either y'all replace the people that's gonna show up and work, or y'all replace me and hope that work. That's my tagline right there.
So your stand in politics is one and done.
What you mean? No, it's not that, because I ran in 19 and 23. But what I've seen, because I paid attention to Mayor Johnson, Mayor Bass, there is a strategic attack on black mayors. It's not that, oh, well, I'm running for mayor. I'm not running for anything on that level, but any office you hold as a black person, if it comes a time for what they want out of it, it's your ass. Right? I don't care who you are. I'm a red line extension. Don't get down and you get in the way, or you start talking about what you're gonna protect. If it's not in the best interest of the party that's moving forward, yeah, you're gonna have a fight on your hands. Which is why folks gotta be involved. But then when you start talking about I ain't got time for this, or how many meetings I gotta come to, we meet for life. This is a full life appointment. You work for me. But if you're not checking balancing what you're working on or for or against, you just leaving it up to me to be in control. Which is why I like Lena, right? Like, do you see us? You know, what about us? You know, categorically, she's not going against the grain of most formula, whether the seniors or the youth. Because in between, we are the working population, so we should be the feeder to the stability of the economics of the township. But sometimes we face hardships, illnesses, loss. The working poor is impacted too. And Lena said, well, I need help. She hears that, but you got to be able to move the needle with a formula for the board to support.
So are you gonna go back to help create a better future for your sons?
I haven't left. I still get involved in a number of races. I'm not involved in this race at all, but
you are now.
School board race, right? The school board race, I was definitely a part of it because I work with Dr. Public Schools, right? And I was at the board with quiet children, right? So there are certain races where if I had the opportunity to serve, I will. And just guiding people to understand what that means, you know, beyond your role, how you checking them out. Don't just send me there and then expect me to do a good job. But you know, the other part you were talking about too, the people that came out the blue to shake you down. I see that's how you get no orange jumpsuit. See, I can say that shit she can't say. You don't know who you talking to. No, you gonna follow the process. You gonna fly to the portal. Right, I did. I did it on too. What? Cool. I mean, I was gonna go there. It's just a continuum.
Did you see what I checked?
All right. We had the same troll.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am gonna take this. She's gonna play this intro again.
Hey, Shavis, how you doing? I don't want to be long because something happened to the first one, and I want to show you all. Let's see. Oh,
From you that you are prepared to win or lose, but you're gonna have to duke it out at the battle box, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna win. Hands down, landslide.
I'm
Yeah, see
sorry.
that confidence is some contagion, right? Now, if she falls short, then she gonna eat crow. You know, it's only one way to do this. Either you win or you lose. Ain't no in between. And I know you know that in your tenure in your career. And you know, with the calls that we've taken thus far, I definitely see LaDonna Ray on the live line. So let's talk to LaDonna. Welcome to WVON.
Yes, good morning. And good morning, Cleopatra Draper. Congratulations, of course. Mayor Tiffany Jr. I want to say that with respect. Okay, Mayor Tiffany Jr. I'm in your township, and I see your passion. I see your passion for our community. It's undeniable. It could use a little bit of polishing. I think that people take it the wrong way, as you can see. But who has offered to assist you? Everyone's ready to crucify. So, like, who has offered to come out and help you? Like, I'm offering to come out and help you in any way you need. Because there's so much good that can come from you being the mayor and the superintendent versus not being in that seat. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to lend you whatever you need. And I think that everyone is waiting for the crucifixions of the questions and to bring out the dirt. And it's so unfortunate because divided we fall and united we stand. We totally need someone with your passion. That can't be taught. With your heart, that can't be given.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So that is true, right? Her energy is unmatched. You drink coffee today?
No.
So this is real.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, so this is real. And it's a natural fit. Now, how do you synergize and channel that for those that care about Dalton, as opposed to throw away the baby with the bathwater, right? So you got some infighting going on. That's noted, but yet and still, you ain't backing down,
Correct.
right? And at the end of the day, it's up to the people to say yay or nay. And when folks did say nay to the recall, what did you say then?
I thanked them. I went door to door. I spoke to everybody, and I appreciate them for allowing me to continue what they started. They elected me. There's no way I should have been in a recall. I just got in office, and every single judge told them that. But yet they went to every level: circuit court, appellate court, Supreme Court. Every one of them told them, no, we're not recalling Tiffany, and I did not get recalled. So I was able to keep my seat because remember, we just got in office. Not 2 weeks in, my board was already bought before I even got settled. I didn't know what a light switches was or what nothing was until a child to start the infighting. It was ridiculous. So after that, then they removed me off a bank account, which was illegal, unconstitutional. I had to fight that for about a year in court. They put Jason and Allison, they walked into a bank branch, put Jason on the bank account, and removed the mayor of the town off the bank. Where's millions of dollars? So I said, people don't know half the story. They just know what the news feed them, but you need to go chase the facts. And in doing so, guess what? I went on the account for a whole year. So again, you keep saying, tip me over this, tip me over that. That's not true. I don't deal with money. I don't move money. None of that's true. But this is the false information that's out there. And that leads me to this with Laura. She came and did a report. My board hired her.
And
And
what
when
she's talking about, y'all, listen, she's talking about the former mayor of the city of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot.
that y'all fired, right? Y'all said get out of here. And y'all said y'all want Brandon Johnson, right? Okay, so why is she in my town? Why is she in Little Dolton? There's 23,000 residents fighting with me over whatever they think it is, right? The board hired her $400 an hour. That's what $100 every 15 minutes to pay her and her staff, not just her and her staff, to come and do an investigation, right? If you got the feds there and all these people there, they trump everybody. So why are we paying money that y'all claim we don't have? Number one, right? And then y'all balls on here for this political theater that you see going on, and then she give y'all a report. She give you a report with no substance, no information. She did itemize it. She didn't tell you what it is, but she wanted you to believe that I was the one spending or doing things. I give you prime example. Amazon bill. Amazon bill, they said they spent $40,000, right? And they alluded to it's the mayor. It's Tiffany. Tiffany don't
40,000.
And one day, I don't do shit with credit cards. Nothing with credit cards. Nothing with money at all. It just bothers me because it's just the lies they tell and I start getting attacked, right? Off a lie. And like the lady said before, she's wrong. You get attacked and gotta fight the lie. You tell them I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
So what is the trolls? Because, you know, I was gonna wait and see if you brought it up, but even down to your wardrobe, right? This is what kills me. So it was one picture where folks found an outfit that they found on Amazon and alluded that because of the 40,000 in one day, you went shopping.
Ridiculous.
And you saying that you didn't have access to the credit card.
I don't. It tells you. Like everybody got Amazon accounts, right? It tells you who bought the item, when they bought the item, what the item is. Why didn't she tell y'all that? But I'm gonna tell you on this show today. On the show today, when I did my research, when I saw that fake report went out, that's why I don't trust nothing they say or people they bring in because it's all geared to make one person look bad to try to make them look good and cover up what they've been doing. And that's what I'm going to expose. On that one day, you know what they bought? Ice for the rink. Ice. That's what it was. I made Janice and Mike Smith, when I was trying to appoint him as my assistant and my VA and all that, I had them go do the research for me and tell me what those items were. And they came back, and that's what it said, ice. And the ice is for the ring, where you put the little pieces down and they have ice where they can ice skate. That's what it was for. But yeah, they alluded to, I went shopping, I bought this, I did that. Not true. All fake.
Hold on. Now, I think Conscious went over this. The Amazon, I think it was for like ice or something of that nature, but I would defer to Conscious's video on that.
So it was one purchase.
It was
And this ice skating rink, was it in the town? Was
It's
it
for
in
dollars.
the
It's dollars.
But
But they bought ice. That's what it was.
yeah,
That's what the
I
money was
ain't
for.
read that nowhere, so y'all got that here.
Yeah. So I want to give you that little piece of information because I'm doing my report too. So when I put my facts out in my report of my own, because I'm going to get facts, they just give you a fake story just to make you look over here, but you should really be looking over here. It's just a distraction to make a person do something.
Jennifer, let's take your call real quick. Welcome to WBON. Good morning. Boys. When we talk about, I want to magnify alleged because he has not been found guilty, correct? No, I know that, but when you said a sexual predator, you're still putting him as though he is, and he has not been found guilty yet, correct? Okay, because I want to be mindful
I'm sorry.
as a mother of two black boys.
Her trustee in Dolton. He is yet working, but she fired the victim. My question to her is why would she fire a victim and keep a predator underpaid?
Now, Jennifer, before I let you go, I do want to, for those that are listening, I want to magnify alleged because he has not been found guilty, correct? No, I know that, but when you said a sexual predator, you're still putting him as though he is, and he has not been found guilty yet, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, because I want to be mindful as a mother of two black boys. When we talk about this black man and this black woman and the word allegation, until he's found guilty, I won't allow us to call him a sexual predator until I see the results of the finding of the jury of his peers. And I think that's only fair. So I thank you for your call, and she's going to respond, but I needed to contextualize that.
So you should ask her, why is her husband stalking me? Why I'm in court with her husband stalking me at Hooters? Come in the window, to the window, peeping Tom stuff. Like, this is what I'm dealing with. You got all them haters on there. That's all haters. I can tell you every last one of them. That's why I say, so when
So
I
what
talk,
she's
I be wanna
referring
talk.
to,
Whoa.
wait, let me break it down so the mayor can see the names, right?
Was that Miss Roberts?
And she's correlating some of the experiences. And I want you to answer because we talked about this real briefly before we go to break. Andrew Holmes was in play before you got there, correct?
He was already a trustee.
That's what I mean.
He came
So
in with Riley Rogers as a trustee.
Riley Rogers was the mayor when you were installed as a trustee.
Mhm.
So he was already there.
Mhm.
And then the pressing question is clear. Why retain him? And then you clip her.
My question to Tiffany is, why was she fired a sexual assault victim that was sexually assaulted, allegedly, by one of her trustees involved? He is yet working, but she fired the victim. My question to her is, why would she fire a victim and keep a predator?
That
Now,
is,
Jennifer, before I let you go, I
that
do want
is,
to, for those that are listening, I want to
that's Miss
that she
Roberts.
has not been found guilty, correct?
I said
No,
that.
no, I know that, but when you said a sexual predator, you're still putting him as though he is, and he has not been found guilty yet, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, because I want to be mindful as a mother of two black boys. When we talk about this black man and this black woman and the word allegation, until he's found guilty, I won't allow us to call him a sexual predator until I see the results of the finding of the jury of his peers. And I think that's only fair. So I thank you for your call, and she's going to respond, but I needed to contextualize that.
So you should ask her, why is her husband stalking me? Why I'm in court with her husband stalking me at Hooters? Come in the window, to the window, peeping Tom stuff. Like, this is what I'm dealing with. You got all them haters on there. That's all haters. I can tell you every last one of them. That's why I say, so when
So
I
what
talk,
she's
I be wanna
referring
talk.
to is, like, let me break it down. Superman can see the names, right? And she's correlating some of the experiences. And I want you to answer because we talked about this real briefly before we go to break. Andrew Holmes was in play before you got there, correct?
He was already a trustee.
That's what I mean.
He came
So
in with Riley Rogers as a trustee.
Riley Rogers was the mayor when you were installed as a trustee.
Mhm.
So he was already there.
Mhm.
And then the pressing question is clear. Why retain him? And then you clip her. We can talk about that on the other side if you're able to. But at the end of the day, I want to contextualize. At times in America, we will pursue as though folks are guilty before they're proven innocent. And until that man is proven guilty, I want us to contextualize what allegedly means. And it's not to dismiss that young lady, I promise you. But it is to bring some equity to the space of what the seriousness of the nature is, and then how you are in the middle of it, per usual, Superman. So when we come back, she'll answer that. And then I gotta let her go, y'all. She gotta go to work. She gotta go knock some doors. And she gotta go try to earn support where she can because she's not backing down. She said she ain't quit. I asked a hard question. Y'all gonna have to fire her when we come back.
Yeah, you got all them haters on. That's all I said. We doing
So, yeah.
interviews, but it's all haters.
But
Give me
it's,
some
but let me
real stuff, a
say
real
it like
people.
this. I think that's good for you.
The haters?
No.
I do not entertain
No,
them.
no,
They are
let me
non-factor
finish.
in my
Let me
world.
finish what I'm saying. When I say I think that's good for you, I don't think that she's against, but she okay, even in her asking a valid question, you have to say, has he been found guilty?
I'm not
I
entertaining none of that
can't.
stuff. Yeah.
Right, I can't.
We talked about
Right,
all that
I
case.
can't,
don't
right?
think he's even been charged. He hasn't. Yeah,
So that's a whole nother thing, right? So at the end of the day, that's that sensational journalism that everybody subscribes to, right? And at the end of the day, your decision as a leader to dismiss her for whatever probable cause you had, those are two different situations. They're not among them. You need to be okay, darling. I'll be over there.
Good luck to you, Jesus. Stay strong. You're doing a great job, great job. And the
And then Jonathan is ready to go.
15 minutes.
15?
Yeah, but she has a queue.
So we'll take it at 11:34.
Okay, I'll let her know, but it's already ready.
Thank you.
Sorry about this.
Well, I say it's good because again, I think you continue to answer. Because that's the hardest question. That's one of the hardest questions people have, right? Besides the Amazon, the this, the that. That's all y'all got. Now let's talk about the budget, the this, the that. I think you do a great job of answering and pivot in terms of what's the facts and what's this. The fact that he hasn't been charged, clearly it's been a long morning, but yet it's still, as a mother of two black boys, unless he's found guilty, let's keep that contextualized. It's not to say nothing didn't happen. I'm not saying any of that, but whatever it is, that's what you have a court of appeals for, right? So I think you're doing a great job. Even with that, yes, it should rattle your cage, that you have to subscribe to that, right? But eventually, the noise will clear. I promise you. Because if you keep doing the work,
That's it. I just want people to judge by my word. I don't all the hearsay or this person said this or this. Judge me on my work. Did I take care of the streets? Did I do the alleys? Did I do the sidewalks? Did I cut the trees? Did I fix the light poles? My work. Talk about that. Nobody talks about that. Think about it. Everybody talking about gossip. Nobody called me in to say anything about anything going on in Dolton as relates to what I'm supposed to do as a member. So I said drama. That's why I don't entertain it.
we're going to come back to that. Because I did see, 400,000 in tree services. You know what I said? I said, damn, she at least getting them trees cut. You know what I'm saying? Like,
People complain about the roots from the tree messing their plumbing up.
Yeah.
That's what people want. We have our trees pruned over 30 years. So why it took for me to come out to prune the trees? We had one street repaved until I got off. We have one alley paved until I got off.
We're going to come back to that because that's what keeps you in office.
It is.
Providing consistent service.
That's what I say. But everybody else only drama. That's why I always say. She didn't even live in my family. Like, why she on? Her husband had to go get a restraining order against her for peeping in the window and be like, who? Dude, the door back there, but you coming around peeping through the door. This is crazy stuff.
Come on, every woman.
Crazy.
Well, yep.
Tell me my list ain't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do have footage of Paul Roberts. Man, it's a dookie
And
factor.
we are back. You are listening to the Midday Show, and I'm wrapping up with the Superman. And she ain't bragging, but she does have a resume, and that resume is delivering constituent services. That's undeniable, right? So the show between the show is based off facts, right? So I'm reading one of the deficits may be for surfaces, but when you haven't had trees pruned in 30 years, I mean, either you're gonna do it or you're gonna be out. So one thing we know about any elected office, are you performing the roles and responsibilities of that office to sustain your seat? And the biggest thing in your domain and in your world is constituent services, right? So, as we're calling in and we're talking about some of the issues, I wanted to understand a big cloud that hovers over the supermayor's head is the rain of gossip. It's some hot tea, but just because it came out the air don't mean it is water. It might be pissing, you ain't even know it, and you just basking in it because they told you it was right. And that's what I think in translation she's saying. Like, it's not even where you're getting it, is it rooted? So even the previous calls, we're talking about the battles and the ups and downs of Andrew Holmes. He is yet to even be charged, right? So again, it's not to negate the possibilities of what transpired. I'm not here to speak to that. As a woman, I acknowledge that whatever it is, let him be judged by a jury of his peers and let that young lady be made whole, right? And whatever that looks like, how does it involve the Superman? And the bottom line is, she led the trip to a economic business development conference that her entire body went to because the opportunities are endless that you could bring back resources to Dalton. So I think sometimes when I'm contextualizing what transpired and what's the big picture, it does drill down to a few things. Tiffany, you tell me if you agree. Personally, do you like me? Politically, do you respect me? And then from a campaign standpoint, do you support me? And some of them boxes are going to be skewed, right? You may like how I get things done, but you may not like how I do it. You may like what I'm doing, but you may not like what I say. And we see that from the top of the ticket, whether it was Kamala run to our governor to the mayor of the city of Chicago, and then we see the super mayor. And a lot of people may not like your way of doing things. So when I did ask, if you fell short of the glory, how are you showing up different? What is your answer?
So my answer is basically being more, I want to say more accessible because I am more. They can, how can I say it? They got more access to me than ever. Like I want people to come more to conversation with the mayor, things of that nature, to talk about whatever their issues are, instead of allowing the media to tell them what our issues are in our town. I'm at your door, I'm on your phone, I'm on your radio waves, so you can always hear my point of view. But if you guys don't meet me in the middle, we'll never be able to unified. And that's my goal for my community. I want to heal my community. I want to apologize to my community for all the negativity that's going on, all the hurt behind the drama, which was brought by my board to my city, because I would never put a black eye on Dolton. I love Dolton too much for that. Everybody stays there that I love and care about. So why would I make it bad for them or let alone my residents? So I just want people to understand that part for me. I'm hurt by all the people attacking me. Um, it's a lot.
But what I took away from that is that you apologize to the city of Dalton.
Mhm.
So for those that can hear, right, and feel, at the end of the day, you don't make your decisions. And this is not to be pro or for or against you. This is to give you a platform to be heard because some of the details this tea you was spilling, we ain't gonna read it nowhere. And you got it authentically from the Superman, right? So for all the calls that are coming in, we definitely appreciate it. I want to acknowledge your time and I want to welcome you to talk about your reelection. What does that look like for you? And
So
then where do
actually,
you take Dalton from here?
it's actually looking great. My numbers are up. That's why they continuing with the smear campaign. Unfortunately, we door knock, talk to people every single day. I still have a lot of love and support in Dalton, and that's what people don't show. I think people should interview those that do love Superman and not just all the hate that they spill on the internet and on the news. Pretty much, the election is February 25th. That's the primary, and then early voting is February 10th through the 24th. And it's at South Suburban College and also Cayman City Library. I am number one on the board. Thank you. On the ballot, I'm number one. So you punch one for Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. I'm running Tanika Hughes for clerk. She's punch four. And then my ticket is Jocelyn King, Vanessa West Coast, and Linda Terrell. They're at the bottom of the ballot for trustee. And I believe their numbers are 9, 10, 11, but they're at the very end.
Oh, so you done picked up the women.
Yeah, I got all women's slate, all women's tickets.
So listen, so we're gonna have to have you back because as it thickens, I'm sure the plot will thicken. But I see that you are uplifting women.
Yes.
And that's what we're gonna carry this conversation to because as a black woman being ousted from the boys club, I think you done created your own girls
I
club.
have to because we got past the time. It's too many times that people keep us on mute and we could be on their side, but we can't. We're behind them, but we can't be on the side. We can't lead with them.
Tell me how to keep up with you.
So you can follow me on Tiffany Henyard, Tiffany Henyard with Facebook, and also you can call us. But I have my number out.
There it is. There it is. Well, you got it, guys. You gonna come back to WVON?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well,
I'll be back.
excellent, excellent. So you heard it here. You got to have an exclusive with the Superman. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
Okay, I agree. So Hiram, I definitely agree. This was another.
I just want you to know that I will be on the street. You can call me, you can inbox me, and you can down my Facebook number and say that. Till next tune, make sure you punch one for Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. I am on the ballot. February 25th is our election in Dolton. February 10th through the 24th is early voting. Cayman City Library, South Suburban College. You can vote either way. And then you can also do a mail-in ballot if you choose to. My ticket is Tanika Hughes for clerk. Vanessa West Coast, Linda Terrell, and also Jocelyn King for trustee. That is my slate. Yes, it's a whole women's ticket. So thank you so much. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Stay tuned to next time.
Okay, so Hiram, I totally agree with this. Yeah, she definitely need a. I don't agree with the prison part, Hiram, but I didn't. I'm just now looking at that. I don't know. But look, I do agree. Like when with the in terms of the apology, there was you have to clearly state. You have to clearly state. You can't just say I apologize for them doing that and This is personally where I would love to have some conversations with Tiffany just based on etiquette and stuff because it's just I see where she goes kind of left for people. I see where she can explain things better, and I'm not saying like I'm the one. I'm sure everybody else can see it, but with good intention and don't. Oh my gosh, let me put it. I don't have a disclaimer because I ain't got no clothes or no shoes. And also, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to somehow get by Tiffany. So, because people are wild. So, last thing, I wanted to share this. I do not know this person at all, but I found this really, really interesting. And so, this is the last thing that I want to share. And then I'm going to let you go because I thought this was pretty darn interesting. So, let's go.
She has not been convicted of anything. Okay. As of yet, she has not been convicted. Okay. What is happening in Thornton Township is ridiculous because we have two trustees, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, who refuse to come to meetings and take care of the business that needs to be taken care of. And they are impacting the lives, the livelihood of so many residents. Thornton Township covers 16 municipalities. Okay, and I can't even think of all of them off of the top of my head, but I
17,
can tell you that it's Thornton, Illinois, Harvey,
17.
Illinois, Markham, Illinois,
Oh, thank
Calumet City, Illinois, Lansing, Illinois, South Holland, Illinois, Dolton, Illinois, possibly Riverdale, Illinois.
thank you, Hiram.
It's over 18, 16
It's
municipalities.
17 municipalities.
Now,
Dog it. Thanks, Hiram. So,
in those
I don't
16
know.
municipalities,
I'm going to listen.
also work for the township, whether they working in the food pantry, whether they have jobs as executive assistants for the different departments that are in the township. If the township shuts down, which it has, but it has not shut down completely. But when the township shuts down because there's no work for the people who work for the township, they can't have you come in and just sit around. That means that Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is going to have to lay off a lot of people. These are men and women, some of which are single parents. They have families to take care of.
True.
We are living during inflation. There's inflation in the United States now. The price of goods and services has gone up. We just finished Christmas. And if you celebrate Christmas, I'm pretty sure you went out, you bought a lot of gifts for your kids, for your families.
Sorry, I got to five him.
By the township shutting down. So here's what I have to say to Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. You have a fiduciary responsibility. And if you don't know what fiduciary means, that means financial. You have a financial responsibility to the constituents of Thornton Township. That means all of the constituents in all 16 municipalities. You have a financial responsibility to bring your motherfucking ass to work and handle the business that is supposed to be handled. I don't give a fuck about how you feel about Tiffany Henyard. You letting your personal feelings, your personal beefs impact the lives of thousands of residents. There are senior citizens. It's not just senior citizens. There are residents that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s that also need the township services, that need transportation to and from doctor's appointments, to dialysis. Some of these people cannot walk. They're in wheelchairs, and they are depending on the township transportation services to get them to their doctor's appointments, to get them to the pharmacist to pick up their medication. You are playing with people's lives. Some of this is life and death situations. Henry wanted you to come to the meeting and pay the bills, but you refuse because you are a puppet on the string for Napoleon Harris. Chris Gonzalez, what's fucked up about you is the fact that you are the one that made the recommendation for Hinyard
Whoa,
to become the Thornton Township supervisor.
it gets deeper.
One that made the recommendation. Let's talk about why you made that recommendation. The rumor mill on the street is you already had a contract. Your business had a contract with Dolton prior to you making the recommendation to fill Frank Zuccarelli's seat as Thornton Township supervisor.
What?
And from what I hear, is once Supervisor Hinyard became supervisor, I'm hearing through the grapevine that you told her that you needed more contracts for all of Thornton Township for your business. And when she told you that she could not do that, that's when you flipped on her.
What?
Carmen Carlisle,
Uh-oh.
the rumor mill on the street tells me that you are a relationship with Keith Freeman.
Oh.
You jumped ship and flipped because you're trying to protect your boyfriend who you fucking.
Sorry. I got the look. They not finna kick me up off this thing.
He wants more business contracts. And you turn on Hinyard because you want to protect your man because you know that he's the reason for a lot of the stuff that was going on in the township. A lot of illegal stuff, both in Thornton Township and in Dolton. So you trying to protect your boyfriend who's a legally married man, your side chick, side piece. And that's why you going along with this stuff. And I want to bring up something else, something that Tiffany put on the books, that they also want to do a forensic audit. And you all agree that they should do a forensic audit. But you only want to do a forensic audit for the years that Tiffany has been in office, which is less than 3 or a little, almost 3. But common sense should tell you that what happens the prior year impacts the next year. So
this like I said, I don't know. I cannot speak to whether he is married or not. I do not know. But I think this is a very valid point that this guy's bringing up about the forensic audit, because this is what um I was asking. I'm like, why is everything starting in this certain year and not the year before? Because as far as I know, where I've worked in government, you definitely start with your budget from the prior year. So I want to let him say what he had to say. I just found it interesting, so I wanted to play this too.
we really want to get down to the nitty gritty and find out what financial irregularities, discrepancies, misappropriation of funds is going on, go ahead and sign off on that forensic audit and take it back 10 years. And I'm willing to bet you're going to find a whole bunch of shit that Frank Zuccarelli did. In the funds.
So what I do, what I do find wild is why wouldn't they sign off on that August? I mean, yeah.
Because once again, NAPO is a part of the Z team. And the Z team looks out for the Z team. Let me tell you all something. Another thing I want to address. Going back to Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. What hurts me and pisses me off the most are the children. Children, 3, 4, 5 years old, 6, 7, who parents are on fixed incomes, who depend on the township to help them give their children a nice Christmas. They weren't even able to do that. You all stopped babies, kids, children from being able to have a good Christmas and get gifts. There's something seriously wrong with you, that you lack a soul, that you are content with thousands of people losing their jobs, their livelihoods. We are in the dead of winter, and a lot of people might end up getting evicted, kicked out on the streets. There's something seriously wrong with you too. You took an oath to be a trustee for Thornton Township. You have a fiduciary responsibility to show up and take care of the business. And that's all Tiffany Henry has been saying. Let's take care of the business for the residents. She's trying to do things to build up Thornton Township. She wants to give all of the residents, the property owners, a 100% tax write-off. We got people that work for the pantry and they use the general assistance to help pay their rent. My uncle was one of them. You're impacting the lives of people for your own selfish reasons, and that's what's fucked up. That is what is fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody see you out in the street and they do something to you, hey.
Anyway, so I'm gonna let him pop off for a second. And what I have to say is that I do know, generally speaking, like a lot of these people that work for the food pantries, it's not just like, you know, these are all kind of different people. Like dad, once he retired, worked as a worked as a food pantry, part time to add to his income after he retired. So, it's like these are the type of people that are being hurt. So I didn't want to get blocked because this dude started talking a little bit in between the lines and stuff that I don't know what YouTube gonna do, but here we go.
That's a crock of shit. The Dalton Politics Group is a crock of shit. Okay. Joseph James, you are one of the people that was part of the Dalton Politics Group who I was always able to have a rational, adult, civilized conversation with. Okay. I think you're Paul Roberts, but I could be wrong. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. Because I pay attention to how y'all write and I see writings and so forth and the way people talk is very similar. But what I will say is this: there's a lot of fake pages in the Dalton Politics Group, and the Dalton Politics Group is full of crap. Not you, Joseph James or Paul Roberts, but the group is full of crap.
Ooh,
One
ooh.
of the things that I notice is that group is all about Napoleon Harris or Nate Fields. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having the people that you like and that you want to support. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you
True.
start censoring, when you say that you're about true democracy, but you start censoring people's comments, like what happened to me, I came in that group and I was always respectful. And Joseph James, aka Paul Roberts, you know I was. I was always respectful. I did not disrespect people. But
Hey man, I think the other half, it's like this pocket of the world. that is a group, and then it's like 100 billion people that um that got banned from the group. So join the club, sir. I don't know this man. Look, I came in praising people for the good work that I was being told that they were being, that they had done, and a lot of it turned out to be true. So I don't take back any of my accolades that I've given, but I only started to ask questions, and it was like, no, you're gone, wrong question. So, Mr. Sir, yeah, you can join the other 100,000 people. Go ahead and get in line, and we can't be in their corner pocket. I don't. I think we're over it. But this guy is making some very interesting points.
But I am a person that believes in being objective and telling the motherfucking truth. And that's what I did. And I would get my comments erased, and then I would get attacked by people like Anna Menchaca, which is a fake page. Okay. And I got the receipts. If anybody want to lie, I screenshot. Every time I posted in the group, I screenshot what I posted. So that when you go back, and so anyway, I don't even want to talk about all of that, but I am going to say this. I would make comments about things. I would go back and my comments were deleted.
Wow.
Because you all wanted to keep
Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah.
a narrative in the group. You did not want the masses to be enlightened with factual information that goes against the status quo that you all have created in that group, which is to support only Nate Fields or Napoleon Harris. And one particular incident, I asked Nate Fields a question. I asked him, I said, does your baby mama, I don't even remember exactly how I quoted the question, but the gist of it is this. I asked him, did his baby mama, or his son's mother, Mikhail Miller, did she work in the clerk's office? Because he kept making a fuss in the group about how Keith Price wasn't supposed to go and look at his documents or whatever, which he's totally wrong. Zuccarelli should have taught him better, because when somebody is trying to challenge you, they do have the right to go and see the original document that was submitted. And he indeed had something that was supposed to be bound with the rest of his paperwork, and it wasn't. So I asked him, does your, because I said, wouldn't that give you access? He deflected. He did not answer the question. Then Atifa Muhammad and all these other fake pages or whatever, they come on and saying, well, you need to be focused on this. No, he's a person that's running for an elected official position. And I asked him a question that is very relevant. Does your significant other, basically is what and it's a yes or no question. And he could not answer it. And then everybody in the group start coming on and attacking me. That group ain't about true democracy. Just like we got receipts and we got proof, and we know that Senator Napoleon Harris paid a lot of money to certain corporations or businesses in Chicago. Notice he used Chicago, not the suburbs, that are doing the bidding for him in his group. So at the end of the day, all of y'all full of shit. And that's why I said we going red. That's why I said that. And frankly, to be honest with you, I would rather have, look, if Tiffany don't get on the ballot, I'm voting for Richard Nolan. I'm telling my family, and I ain't gonna lie, I spent today walking around telling people to vote for Richard Nolan. or Tiffany Henry. I said Tiffany Henry gets back on the ballot, vote for her. If she's not on the ballot, we better vote for Richard. Because Chris Clark, Napoleon Harris, Nate Fields, all of them are a part of the Z team. They were all groomed by Zook, and they are all on the same page. They are going to carry out the agenda that Frank Zuccarelli initiated prior to his death. This goes as far back as 15, 16. So let me tell you all about a situation that happened in Harvey. And you will see that that is the same situation.
Good night. Thank you.
2016, 2017, that era, up to 2019. Okay, let's just do that. 2016 through 2019. Here we go. Shirley Jewinski, and we're talking about the city of Harvey. The mayor was Eric Kellogg. Shirley Jewinski was the first ward alderwoman. Joseph Whittington was the second ward alderman. And Chris Clark, who was now sitting as mayor of Harvey, at that time, he was alderman of the third ward that I reside in. And then fourth ward alderman, Lamont Brown, who wasn't even supposed to be an alderman because of his record, his criminal record. All right. But here we go. Those four aldermen were at Shirley Jewinski's house. And actually, the video and the recorded conversation is on Keith Price's page. Like I told you all before, I only speak facts. And
What? Now this is getting heavy. Oh, okay. Well, let's continue. Mhm. All right.
I only speak facts, and I got receipts to prove and ascertain every motherfucking thing that I say.
Dang, he said he got receipts. Well, we need them in black and white, or else, timestamp or it didn't happen. He said it's a timestamp somewhere. Uh-oh. I don't know. He said it's a timestamp somewhere. And so, we love our history, number one. And number two, what we learned from our great, great brother in Christ, timestamp or it didn't happen. Let's go. What else he's saying? What?
Okay? Please, I emphatically invite you to dispute me. I will make you look like a fool. Here we go. Those four aldermen, Jewinski, Whittington, Clark, and Brown, were at Shirley Jewinski's house. Frank Zuccarelli was on the phone, on the speakerphone. And the plan was that Frank Zuccarelli said, we are going to incapacitate the city. See, for the longest time, people were blaming Eric Kellogg for how bad Harvey looked. But then when Chris Clark got into office, everything started to come full circle and we saw what was really going on. See, Frank Zuccarelli had been trying to get Eric Kellogg to sell out Harvey for the longest, but Kellogg refused. So they used Chris Clark as the main man to put out on the news and so forth and have him constantly talking about Eric Kellogg ain't doing this and it's corruption this and corruption that. And then he gets into office and he does far worse. But let me take a step back. Those four aldermen missed a total of 18 meetings. And those 18 meetings, there were votes for levies, other federal monies to come in and fix the overall infrastructure of Harvey, fix streets, fix lights, sidewalks, etc. We weren't able to get any of that funding or those resources because those four aldermen, Brown, Clark, Whittington, and Jewinski, did not go to the meetings. There was no quorum. The Mayor Kellogg, Alderman Keith Price, Fifth Ward Alderman Donald Nesbitt, and after Keith Price got Lamont Brown kicked out off the city council because of his criminal record.
Okay. Whoa, this guy, he's saying a lot. I agree. Exactly. But look, he said something about Keith Price page. So what? Everybody running the Keith Price page right now. I can see it. If it's on there, then it's timestamp. Now what? Now what else you gotta say? Cause he got a lot. I don't know.
and then he got appointed, Kellogg appointed Tracy Key. It was only those three.
Facts.
They weren't able to vote on the things that Harvey needs. Same political play. Let's fast forward to what's happening right now in the township. You get two trustees, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, that are refusing to go to township meetings, refusing to vote on the things that need to be voted on. So, because anything that is dealing with money, payments, the trustees, the board has to vote on it. And Chris Gonzalez lied to you all. When Frank Zuccarelli was living and was the township supervisor, the trustees did vote on insurance. There's proof of that. All you got to do is go back and look at the old township reports.
Okay, now that is a receipt that we can prove. If you look at go back to the meeting minutes, I think we went over that burgundy blue commentary, actually. Or was it me? I don't see. We be all separately in sync. I'm like, was it you? You like, no, it was me. Okay, either way, one of us talked about this, or both of us. I don't know, but literally, go through the township. You could just, and it's so easy. Hold on, Yeah, it's so easy because you don't have to foil it. You don't. Yes, this camera is on. Wait, it is. It is time. That's timestamp, and it's easy to get. It is so easy. It's so easy to get the township because you can just Google it and it's like it's right there. Like it's literally right there. It's boop. It's not, it's no FOIA request, none of that. I done brought up about 25 agendas. Then Clark Wells did she look. She takes very, very good note. I can't even say good. They're very they tell it all. I mean, it'd be like this person said this, that person said that, this what happened, this. So what he's saying, what this man is saying, yep. And all they did say was about 2020. What about 2023? Right. So what this man just said, that part, true. That's the truth. To look back at those meetings, it's no way that as trustees, they didn't know that they had to vote to approve insurance yearly. You have to do that. And if they didn't know, it seems like they would be the first ones to look that up. And I'm going to even say this. As far as that, even if they truly didn't know and for some reason couldn't figure it out on their own, we all know now. So, what are we doing? Does that go back to my little video about Napoleon Harris and the insurance and, being on the committee and all that? But hey, I don't know. I'm in the bleachers, Thornridge, watching the game with the big football players and the lawyers and all that.
The minutes of the meetings, and you will see there are plenty of times that the township voted for insurance. So Chris Gonzalez just blatantly lied to the residents of Thornton Township.
And did.
Blatant lies. And what's crazy is, why would you lie when it can be easily proven that you're lying? But see, we live in a clickbait society where everybody, when it's drama, everybody's quick to run to some drama. But when it's something positive, we don't speak on that. And so what has happened is, and once again, like I said, I'm not taking up for Tiffany Henry because there are things that she has done that's foul. She hasn't been convicted, Now, I will say that Tiffany Henry has not been convicted of anything. There are things that have come to light, okay? But she hasn't been convicted. But still in all, she's an elected official. She needs to be held accountable too. All elected officials need to be held accountable. Fuck that. All adults, period, need to be held accountable. Okay, whether you're an elected official or not. So I'm not taking up for her because there's some things that she has done wrong. But there's also a lot of positive things that woman has done. And at the end of the day, she's showing up to the meetings to take care of the business, to get the bills paid, to get the insurance, and so forth, so that people's lives are not impacted. Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez, you all are playing with people's lives.
So yeah, she did say, yeah, we heard that. And it's crazy because like why? Like why? Why? Right, exactly. But just walk in the building, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I'm gonna let him pop off because I'm looking at all the sides of everybody. So I saw this again. I don't know this man, but he seems to be fair. I mean, he's saying I don't support Tiffany. She did what she did too. So, hey, why not listen?
And their livelihood.
This is what helps understanding. I don't know him either. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nate, you couldn't answer a simple question. Is Mikhail Miller your baby mama and does she work in the clerk's office? Come to find out, guys, yes, she does work in the clerk's office. He should have just answered it. So that right there shows me, by deflecting and not answering the question, that shows me that he is deceptive. That means he's just like all of these other politicians, corrupt as hell, a liar. See, when I give you an opportunity to prove me wrong, then that's when you should do it. I have never said nothing bad about Nate Fields. Even and matter of fact, even in the inbox when he unfriended me because he said I'm not supporting him, and I told him why. I said, even though I'm not supporting you, I've always said that you were an upstanding individual. But it's your alignment with certain individuals is why I cannot trust you. And then you got an opportunity to prove to me that you're not like those individuals by answering a simple yes or no question, and you did not answer it.
Well, I don't I don't disagree with this man on this. You can not support somebody in a thing, you know what I mean? And still, be their friend and understand who they are as people, but not support the thing. So if this man on this screen right here said, I think you're an upstanding individual. I don't support you in this. Why is why do we get so uptight over these things? So and I don't mean uptight because if they had any type of friendship or association that might be hurtful, but how do these things get hurtful to the point of like that? I'm unfriending you. You don't support me, and then you tell this person, and then now the whole town is based on everybody throwing accusations around. It's like, what? Oh, and that clerk's office situation, that makes things questionable.
Deception. Why should I vote for you to be township supervisor and you can't answer a simple yes or no, relevant and valid question? So, Mr. Joseph James, Paul Roberts, do you understand why now I'm saying what I'm saying? All of them are working together. And I live in Harvey. Now let's talk about Chris Clark. Chris Clark, the exact things that has happened that Frank Zuccarelli wanted to do when he said in that conversation, let's incapacitate we're going to incapacitate the city. That is what is happening. Chris Clark has shut down so many businesses. He has put blockades, big old rocks, barriers in front of people's businesses because of property taxes. But guess what? Some of those businesses, they're not the property owners. They were renting the business from the property owner. So that's foul as fuck. How are you gonna try to make somebody who's renting this venue or this space, right? How are you gonna hold them accountable for the owner not paying their property taxes?
Yeah, I thought about that. Not before this. This guy made me think about that. Like, yeah, when you do talk about like the property taxes and stuff, some of these businesses are like renting buildings. So they're just the renters. And so, yeah, it was just little things in this conversation that, it made me like, wow. Because you know how people rent out strip malls and, a building, whatever. So, wow, it is bad business. Man, whoa.
Ain't no other municipality in Thornton Township or in Illinois is doing bullshit like that. And then you think we want to let him get that type of power to have the township? Oh no. Oh no. He's a fucking dictator.
He said, oh no. That reminded
He's a
me.
horrible leader.
Oh, no.
Right now, he is using 4 tactics to displace black and brown people out of Harvey: gentrification, privatization, metropolitan forms of government, and cool cities. The whole purpose of gentrification is to change the culture and climate of the city. And one of the ways that he has done that ever since he has been mayor, every year he has had the aldermanic council raise the taxes for the city to the highest that they could raise it without the residents' vote. Okay? So that's one way, because through gentrification, property taxes get raised, the cost of living gets raised, and people renting out homes and all of that, so forth. And when you look at Harvey, we don't need to be raising a goddamn thing. Come on now, let's be real. Privatization, letting privately owned companies come over and take control over resources. That's happening in Harvey. Metropolitan forms of government. Well, aren't we getting a water reclamation thing a pond put in Harvey, and it's forcing a lot of people, 50 and 60-year residents of Harvey, out of their homes, paid and owned. And then cool cities. Cool cities. In the words of Dr. Claude Anderson, Black economist who wrote the book Powernomics, let's bring in the gays. I have nothing against anybody that is gay. I love all people. We are all God's children. But what I am trying to show you that this is a tactic. Let's use this for an example. Let's say you have a very strong Christian community, okay? And this is a Christian community that is on Christian morals. They believe man is supposed to be with woman.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to pause because I think this is a good analogy because we're all used to hearing the analogy of black people moving into neighborhoods and all the white people move out, and this was a different take on it. So
woman with man, and they want to raise their children up in that type of environment. And then you got a whole bunch of people of the LGBTQ community come in. Okay, that is another way that could force some people to want to move. Because if I have a Christian community, some Christians might not want to live by people who are in that lifestyle. I'm not speaking nothing negatively about anyone of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm just trying to show you how this is a tactic that can be utilized to push people out of a community. So let me make myself very clear. Okay. And when Chris Clark was running for office, 2019, going into 2020, or did he get elected in 2019, 2018? Anyway, around in that time, we started seeing people of the LGBTQ community that we had never seen. I grew up in Harvey. I got friends that are gay in Harvey. So we ain't saying that there was never gay people in Harvey. But we saw an influx of people coming into Harvey that we had never seen before. There was this transgender named Brianna. I don't remember what the last name was. Chappelle Hooks and I have had meetings, and she has come to find out she was an informant for Clark. Whole time she's sitting there at the meetings acting like she really cares, and she just moved out here to Harvey, and and all of that. Whole time I'm just gonna say transgender because I don't want to be disrespectful. The trans woman, because it was a biologically born man that transitioned to a woman. So the trans woman, Brianna, was going back telling Clark everything. And that was one of the ways in which that he kept staying 2-3 steps ahead of us when we were trying to fight the demise that he has brought upon Harvey. If he gets that township position, he's going to do the same. He's going to be selling out. It is what it is. For all of these things that I have stated in this live, these are the reasons why we cannot vote for Senator Napoleon Harris, and which, come to find out, he doesn't even reside in our township. So he should not be the committee man, nor should he be running for township supervisor. But these reasons alone, we cannot support Napoleon Harris. We cannot support Nate Fields. We cannot support Chris Clark. So if Henyard does not get on the ballot, we going red. Screw him. I'm on a live. Oh, I'm about to end this right now.
Yeah. We about to get it too. But let's see. Yeah. What I thought, yeah, he was going on tangents, but he was making good points. That's what I noticed about just people who are talking in the Southland. It's like, man, it so sounded like why would they get your in the house? Man. Okay, so yeah, he ended it with Mama said, "Get your ass in the house," and we're gonna go ahead and get our butts gone too. And I just thought it was interesting because how it goes into Harvey. And if you don't know Ryan's Gate, Chicago, he talks a lot about Harvey, and I appreciate that. So, just wanted to do something and try something for my very first street lights been on. I just wanted to try something for, see how this was going to go. But I ran across two random things. So here we are. And with that, thank you, Hiram. Thank you, Berg. Thank you, Conscious. Thank you. Let me go up. Everybody who was in the previous live, everybody who came back, Shavers, everybody. Appreciate it so much. So we're gonna end it there because I don't know what's changing. He was on Street Lights Been On, and Mama said it's time to go in the house, and it's 12:27. Thank you. I gotta fix the first stream because I'm pretty sure it's the New Jack City thing. So we'll fix that and get that up and running. Thank you for being here, and until next time, wishing you love and lights.